Reality shows have been weird for a long time. I kind of feel like for as long as there's been reality shows, there's been shows with loose, shaky premises. Shows like Joe Millionaire, America's Worst Driver, and that Netflix show that awoke something in me I never wanted to know about. But I may have found the show that has the loosest premise known to man, and that show is Paranormal Cops. As the title might suggest, Paranormal Cops follows a team of police officers who, instead of investigating crimes, investigate ghosts. There are some clear ethical issues there, but what's most fascinating about the show to me is that the fact that they're cops doesn't seem to matter. In the episode we're gonna watch, they find real evidence of real crimes, and instead of using that in any way, they're just kind of like, well, no ghosts were involved, so that's out of our jurisdiction. But regardless, it's an endlessly fascinating show. So let's go ahead and watch Season 1, Episode 1, which my buddy Justin told me was the best one.
Hey, it's your buddy Justin. You should watch Season 1, Episode 1. It's the best one.
We get right into the action with a team of 4 cops who all look like degrading clones of the same one guy, investigating a body shop. The body shop is run by this guy, Roger, who I would literally die for. He is so sweet, and he's been experiencing paranormal activity late at night.
I feel like there's something evil here.
You do?
Yes.
So suffice to say, Roger's a little worried there might be an evil presence in there. Seems like somebody's at the body shop doing something unholy. It's actually a sound shop. They only do sound stuff for cars, but I wanted that joke to work. So, like most ghost shows, this one starts with planning out the investigation. The paranormal cops get together in a nondescript airplane hangar and plan out how they're gonna catch these ghouls. Pretty much a normal meeting up until the point where Ron, the alpha of the paranormal cops, says this.
He's between a rock and a hard place. Do I quit my job, or do I continue to go to work in absolute fear every day?
Jesus, dude, calm down. The stakes are not that high. Does he quit his job and not be able to support his family? And then all of a sudden things get really tense at home? And his wife threatens to leave because he's spending all his time hunting ghosts instead of looking for another job? Or does he remain there in fear? Also, at this point, it would be absolutely stupid of me not to mention that these are the most Chicago-pilled turbo chads I've ever seen in my life. I'm from a pretty aggressively Midwestern family. I've been around those vibes my entire life. But if one of these guys came up to me on the street, smoking a cigar, wearing a newsy cap, and said some shit like, ah, yeah, what you got here's a real ghost situation. Fuck Pack, go Bears. I would have to leave. I would have to leave the Midwest and go somewhere entirely different, like Kansas. But anyway, they go with Roger on a walkthrough of the location.
Some kind of weird vibe that I get from being here.
There's a mirror.
They're kind of bewildered by the simplest things. I mean, like, that's not that crazy. He sees the mirror, he's like, there's a mirror here?
There's a mirror. What? Staircase. You got a staircase behind a mirror.
There's a staircase behind the mirror? There are ghosts here. Kind of has nothing to do with ghosts. It's kind of just like a weird architectural choice. I feel like if these guys walked around in like a Frank Lloyd Wright house, their minds would melt. Roger says he's been experiencing a lot of the standard ghost stuff in the shop, like loud noises he can't explain.
Can you use one of these rims to show us kind of like what you're hearing?
It will sound something like...
Yeah, I can't explain it. I have this precarious stack of rims here, and every now and then it sounds like one of them falls. I don't know, it's probably Al Capone's ghost. They bring in a medium, her name is Mariah, and she is there to channel the spirits that may be in Roger's sound shop. So this is what I'm talking about, that this show has a loose premise. They say it's paranormal cops, there's gonna be some sort of angle with them being cops, but they're really just doing normal ghost hunting. So at the end of the day, it kind of boils down to this being a regular ghost hunting show for people with Punisher tattoos.
Anybody know who Rosa belongs to?
This is nitpicky, but the editing? Insane. That's pretty common in most ghost shows, so I'll give them a pass, but it really feels like they're amping it up here because they know they have nothing else to go on. So it winds up looking like, I sense something. You sense something? I sense something. You sense a presence? Rosario. Who is Rosario?
There's a green light that Austin's holding. Move your energy near it, you can make it blink.
It's very angry.
So look, I'm not a medium. I don't know the difference between channeling energy and zoning out. She was zoning out. She was zoning out and she heard the beeps and she was like, oh yeah, he's angry. Yeah, he's angry. That works. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. But the first night comes to a climactic end when they realize that one of the doors they had taped shut had been open. The paranormal cops start sweeping the building to find who's responsible, even though it was 1000% a member of the crew who accidentally opened the door and then saw how militaristic they got about it and was too scared to say anything. And I don't blame this crew member, because if I got 4 guys who look like they literally live inside the bean that pissed off, I would also stay out of their way. But all that being said, they don't find anybody, and so they have to regroup in the morning at a coffee shop that they own? I don't know. They're behind the counter. It's like they own it.
I need coffee, guys.
Yes.
Coffee.
Absolutely.
Excellent performance. No notes at all. I'm honestly amazed the whole time they were in the building, they weren't just like, I need ghosts, guys. Ghosts. Ghosts. But now that they've had their coffee and we can all talk to them again, it's time to do some more ghost hunting. The paranormal cops, or PC police, visit a few people with some knowledge about the building. There's one guy who used to work there and another guy who was a patron of the building when it was a club called Casa Madrid. He confirms that there was a secret staircase and that there were some alleged ties to the mob there, pretty violent history.
Anything violent in this room that you know of?
Rabbit got killed right over here. Yeah, right about here. Oh, he was dead.
Probably still is.
Yeah, probably. Don't you believe he's a ghost? Doesn't he have to be dead to be a ghost? In one final attempt to talk to a ghost before they wrap up the investigation, they go in with the medium and the EMF. And let's just say they're asking some hard-hitting questions.
Are you Italian? Yes or no?
These guys react to getting an Italian ghost like it's definitive proof. They're like, he's Italian? Book him.
Do you like policemen?
That's an angry outburst.
We know this ghost is Italian and he doesn't like cops. I don't think that means he's in the mob. You know who else is Italian and doesn't like cops? Mario and Luigi. And they're not even ghosts, except for when they are. This session kind of ends in a lackluster way. The ghost sort of just leaves and stops responding.
I don't feel anything anymore.
All right.
The cops go to tell Roger what they found, and I want to prep you for this because this next line has maybe aged worse than anything I have ever heard on TV.
We're the police, okay? We're always held accountable for our actions and everything we say and do.
What was that? I guess that kind of makes sense because ghost shows are really all about saying things that are absolutely not true as confidently as you can. But yeah, they fill Roger in on the sordid history of the building, they deliver their findings, but they kind of do it in like the most confusing way possible.
If it's evil, if it's negative, find a new job.
We didn't find evidence of some demonic evil force.
They're playing like good paranormal cop, bad paranormal cop with Roger. The one guy is like, yeah, I don't think there's anything to be scared of. And then Ron's like, if I were you, I'd be scared right now. I'd be running out of here screaming. Right, no, it's probably actually fine. I'd be so scared I wouldn't even care that my wife left me, because at least this way I would know that ghosts are real, and I didn't, quote, ruin our best years together. Then the ghost would probably be like, it's a me, I don't know. Ultimately, Roger decides to stay at the shop because he's not scared anymore. Meanwhile, the paranormal cops go on their way and continue to be weird and off-putting, fighting ghosts all across Northern Illinois. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to keep the little guy in my head cranking the lever that keeps me going. If you don't like and subscribe, he will go on strike and I will go into a coma.
Strike, 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 strike.